First judge is Mr. Carl Anthony. Mr. Anthony, welcome and thank you. Mr. Anthony is currently the co-founder of Breakthrough Communities Project here in Oakland, whose mission is to build healthy, just, and sustainable communities through multiracial leadership development, strategic communications, education, and media roles. Mr. Anthony was a Ford Foundation Program Director in Community and Resource Development from 1991 to 1997. Congressman Ron Dellums appointed Carl Anthony to chair and principal administrator officer of the East Bay Conversion and Reinvestment Commission in 1993. He taught at Columbia University School of Architecture, as well as the UC Berkeley College of Environmental Design and Natural Resources. It's our honor and our pleasure to have you as one of our judges, and if you would do your 2-minute opening statement, that would be wonderful.
Yes, hello, can you hear me? Yes, thank you very much for that introduction. I just want to make a couple of really quick remarks. My cultural background is that I'm part African American, part European American, and part Native American. And I identify mostly with the African American part of my experience, although I'm actually embedded in all three of those. I come to this tribunal out of a deep concern about the fate of the earth and the role of people of color in both in helping to provide leadership to address the issues that we're facing, and also to protect their own interests. I identify mostly as African American, and I'm very mindful of the fact that my African American ancestors were brought here defined as property. So I'm very conscious of the fact of what it means to be defining persons as property, and I really appreciate the idea of trying to extend the rights to nature in order to be sure that they can be represented in legal proceedings. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our second judge is Ms. Courtney Cummings. Courtney Cummings is a resident of the Native American Indigenous community of Richmond, and she is a community advocate for the Native American people. She has survived multiple refinery fires in the Iron Triangle and has stepped forward to protect Mother Earth in whatever way she possibly can. Please join me in welcoming Courtney Cummings.
Hello. Hi. Good morning, everybody, relatives. My tribe, I am of the Northern Cheyenne-Iroquois Creek. I'm considered an urban native due to the fact that I was born and raised in Oakland, California. But I consider myself a relation to everybody because we share one mother, and that's Mother Earth. I come forward, and I'm very humbled to be a part of this tribunal judge in defense of our Mother Earth and to protect and bring what lived experience I have raising my family in Richmond alongside other places that we do know about. So I hope that I do honor to the people who have invited me to be a part of this, and I appreciate the people who have placed me here. And of course, I appreciate my ancestors who are alongside me and help me and guide me today as I listen to our esteemed witnesses. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Courtney. And our third judge is Mr. Brian Thomas Swim. He will also be serving as the Judge Chair today. Mr. Swim is Professor of Cosmology in the Department of Philosophy, Cosmology, and Consciousness program for the California Institute of Integral Studies. He is the author of The Journey of the Universe with Mary Elvin Tucker. He is also the author of Manifesto for a Global Civilization with Matthew Fox and The Universe Story with Thomas Berry. He is also the host of the PBS documentary Journey of the Universe, winner of Northern California's Regional Emmy for Best Documentary in 2011. Welcome, Brian Swim.
So good to be here with you all. Carl, Courtney, Bill, Anuradha, and all of you. It's a privilege to be part of this possibly historic gathering. I wanted to bring this sense of the cosmos as a whole to our proceedings, and the idea that the human species is a learning species. The cosmos as a whole, one of the great shocks among scientists is that if you go out and look at a pond and there's a frog there, and we have no way of accounting for how so much complexity could come forth so quickly. 13.8 billion years is not enough time to generate that kind of complexity. Now, there are different interpretations of this. Here's mine. The universe wants the frog to be around. So it has the power in the universe is focused and poised at bringing forth complexity. Now you bring in the humans. We are just now learning this. We really have, like Carl was saying, we're breaking out of an idea that the earth is property and beginning to see that each thing in the earth has really a cosmological right to exist and to thrive, as Osprey was saying in her opening remarks. So here's the cheerful part of what I want to bring. The human is a learning species. We've been around for 200,000 years. The average mammalian species exists for 2.7 million years. So we're only 5 or 6% into our tenure here. So it's natural that we would have to learn a lot more about how to be a mutually enhancing presence within the Earth community.
Thank you, Brian. And I need to make a correction. I may have surprised Brian. Anuradha Mittal is going to actually be serving as the chair of the judges. Next, I want to introduce Mr. Bill Twist. Bill is the co-founder and chief executive officer for the Pachamama Alliance. Founded in 1996, Pachamama is a nonprofit organization based in San Francisco. With deep roots in the Amazon rainforest, Pachamama's programs integrate indigenous wisdom with the modern knowledge to preserve our rainforests and to support personal and collective transformation. Pachamama is the creator of the Awakening the Dreamer Symposium and the Up to Us initiative. Both are global efforts to bring about a socially just, environmentally sustainable, spiritually fulfilling human presence on this planet. Bill has also been active in international efforts to build a Rights of Nature movement, and he is a founding member of the Global Alliance for the Rights of Nature. Bill has a broad business background. He worked in management consulting and later in financial services and investment bankings prior to founding the Pachamama Alliance. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Robin. And it's wonderful to be here. I've had the privilege over the last 15 years to get involved working closely with indigenous communities in the Amazon region of Ecuador, northern Peru. It's been a great learning experience. I also had the privilege of getting involved when the country of Ecuador introduced rights of nature into its constitution. and saw how the melding together of traditional knowledge systems and how our recognition of the responsibility we have of developing a system of jurisprudence that's harmonious with traditional systems, how powerful that can be. So I think this issue is just a really, really critical issue. And the possibilities of what can be achieved in delving into looking at how we humans have created systems for ourselves, whether it be legal systems, economic systems, governance systems, that are out of harmony with the deep teachings and deep knowledge we as humans know, how we are totally interrelated with nature. The thing that I think is so important about this right now is, for a long time, for most of the 200,000 years that Brian's talking about, what we humans did and how we organized ourselves didn't make much difference to nature. But in the last several hundred years, and certainly in the last 50 years, we become so powerful on this planet that Mother Nature can't really be patiently tolerating us anymore. And we're getting signs that we really need to wake up and reconfigure, relook at the systems that we've created. So this inquiry into looking at the legal systems that we've created and the economic systems and the governance systems is imperative and essential that we engage with it. And so I'm really happy that we're doing this. I'm pleased to be part of it, and good luck to us today. I'm going to try and maintain an unbiased approach as a judge, and I'll listen to Jeff and Linda equally, but I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill, and welcome. And now I'd like to introduce Anurata Mittal, who will serve as the chair for the judges. Anurata is the founder and executive director of the Oakland Institute, which is an internationally renowned expert on trade, development, human rights, and agricultural issues. Recipient of several awards, Ms. Mittal was named the most valuable thinker by Nation magazine. Yeah. Ms. Mittal has authored and edited numerous books and reports, including Misinvestment in Agriculture, the role of the International Finance Corporation in the global land grab, The Great Land Grab, Rush for World's Farmland Threatens Food Security for the Poor, among others. She serves on the board and advisory committees of several nonprofit organizations, including the International Forum on Globalization, and is a member of the independent board of Ben & Jerry's, which focuses on providing leadership for Ben & Jerry's social mission and brand integrity. So welcome.
Thank you. I'll start by echoing what you just said. I come here actually totally unbiased, but with questions. I would quickly like to share a story that I grew up with in India. A village decided that they needed to have a sacrifice to bring prosperity and development to their village. So the elders of the village came together and said that they would have this huge ceremony. And a day before the ceremony was to happen, the priest was eaten up by the tiger. There was doom, there was unhappiness. Does it spell disaster for the village? But the village elders came back together and said, you know, after days of mourning, we need to rethink, we need to get ready for the sacrifice again. Unfortunately, a day before the ceremony, the new priest too was eaten up by the tiger. After several weeks of mourning, the villagers came together, the elders came together. They spent days and days thinking how to deal with this challenge. And then they came up with a solution. Let's make the eating of the priest a part of the sacrifice. As I walked in today, I was very grateful for the ceremony, that life, the labyrinth of life. You know, my daughter, myself, my husband, as we held the names of people who have died who have been assassinated as they struggled to protect their communities and to protect the nature and the environment around them. You know, my daughter was holding the card of a whale as she walked in the Arctic, what is happening with the drilling. Whale, who is in some ways so much more superior with their echolocation, but we are not, but yet we can do activities which harm it. I myself was holding the card of the Arctic Wildlife Refuge and our actions and what they are doing to the wildlife refuge. I think today is really about not just the rights of nature, but the big question around rights of nature. When my actions impact the other, and they're made a part of the sacrifice, so there can be prosperity and the growth of GDP, what does it really mean? Where are our governance system? What do civilized societies look like? So I'm humbled and grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank each of you for being here and for your opening statements.